Saddle bronc riders ride for 10 seconds as opposed to 8 seconds in the bareback riding. Spurring the bronc out of the chute, fore and aft for the full 10 seconds is what it takes to score high. Changing hands in the buck rein, losing a stirrup, or touching the horse will disqualify the rider. Skip Tominski draws coal mine for his ride, and this bronc rider knows well how to use a horse and score high. There's the whistle. Skip scores 42. This is a good saddle bronc rider. Rex Minton's his name. Rex, where are you from?
Geyserville.
Geyserville. Let's just get out on the horse quick. An outstanding saddle bronc rider about to ask for the gate on Little Herbie is Rex Minton, Geyserville, California. At present in 12th place in this event, as well as 7th in the bull riding. Classed as an all-around cowboy, Rex has won a great deal of money during his career being a 2-event cowboy. Herbie's as tough a bucker as you'll find at any rodeo and a double-rank one. Herbie would much rather have the cowboys in the grandstand instead of on his back. Watch him help Rex over the fence into a box seat. Let's review that spectacular ride again in slow motion. Here in slow motion, we give you the opportunity to view the tremendous power and strength that an outstanding bucking horse possesses. Also, you can see the spurring is done by this cowboy, as well as his ability to ride a horse under adverse conditions. Johnny Clement, Sacramento, California cowboy, commands 2nd place for the title this year and will be the man to watch the rest of the season. Johnny scores 51 to go to the lead. Johnny's horse, Crossroads, is the only horse that belongs to the Union. When he hears the whistle, he quits work. Here's a big, handsome cowboy, our pickup man here, Don Sims. Where are you living now, Don?
Down to Larry.
Yeah, Larry? What's this
Yeah.
horse?
Devil's Sting.
Have you ever had him before?
Yeah.
Are you pleased with him for today?
You bet.
All right, we'll see what you do. Don Sims, cowboy tries hard at riding Devil's Dream. A great deal of money can be won on this horse if a cowboy fits a ride to the whistle. When not contesting, Don is usually riding a pickup horse and is a fine pickup man himself. The pickup man is the one the bareback riders and the saddle bronc riders look to for their safety after a ride. Don scores 49 to take him to 2nd place. Here again, we show you a fine ride in slow motion. Judge getting over on the other side where he can watch this ride more closely. Tom Eddings, Lemoore, California, draws the Nevada-born bucking horse, Yellow Jacket. Not too many bronc riders have mastered the art of riding this big palomino that turns back, and that's where he loses the cowboy. Tom holds 13th place in the standings, but receives no mark today. Oh, it looks like our clowns, Bill and Don, are at it again, and it's quite possible the Shore Patrol are going to be looking for a stolen car. Well, it looks like they brought some friends with them to the rodeo today. The sardines in a can have nothing on this group. When Don and Bill get together, better look out. Just about anything can happen, and it usually does. As soon as we can get these clowns out of the arena, we're going to go to the bulldogging box. The event invented by the great cowboy Bill Pickett is one of rodeo's oldest major events. To the all-around champion of Rodeo USA today goes a famous Resisto Western hat, valued at $100, and a beautiful leather carrying case. Here's the cowboy, Don Sims, who you just saw win a 2nd in the saddle bronc riding. Don's the bulldogger, getting down, having a little bit of trouble with that steer. Uh-oh, Don has no time on that run. San Pablo, California, Sonny McCullern. Although he's not in the standings this year, he's a fine bulldogger as well as a good calf roper. He competes against not only his dad, who's hazing for him here, but his brother, Bucky McCullough, who's the 1964 California State Champion calf roper, and holds the lead for 65 as well. Sonny has a handful with this big steer and finds it difficult to hold him. Wonder if he wants to dance with that steer or what. Sonny has no time on that run. That's too bad, Sonny. Houston, California. Jim Wheatley's the dogger. An all-around cowboy. Jim is 11th in this event, first in the team roping and second for the all-around. When a dogger hula hands a steer, he must let him up and put him down by hand. Jim goes to second place with a 12.3 on that run. This is your host on Rodeo USA, putting on the camera helmet for what turned out to be not only a spectacular shot of bulldogging, but a mistake as well, as you'll soon see. Bill Brown, the director, is assisting me with the final adjustments. Last year's runner-up for the bulldogging title, Rodney Tao. He's down in good shape, but he broke the barrier, making it 18-4. After this word from our good sponsors, that spectacular dogging shot with the helmet camera.
The helmet camera consists of a gun sight aiming point camera taken from the wing of a World War II fighter plane, fastened to a parachute jumper's helmet. This is not a demonstration run. Jack stands first in the state and his title squarely on the line. And then something goes wrong and into the fence he goes. Let's look at that again in slow motion. The weight of the camera is definitely pulling his head to one side. He gets down good, he gets a good grip, his feet go out in front of him. And something happens, something slips, something isn't the way it should be, and that steer romps the full length of him, knocking him unconscious. These men are used to wrecks, they're used to danger, but they know this is serious. Calloused hands, strong enough to hold a Brahma bull in check, are now surprisingly gentle as Jack's lifted onto a stretcher. And this rodeo is over, at least for one cowboy. Now let's look at the run exactly as Jack saw it. He nods for the gate. The gateman throws the lever, and down the arena they go, 35 miles an hour. Watch the horns loom up as Jack reaches for them. And then, nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bill Brown, and ordinarily I'm the director on this show. But as I think all of you saw, Jack took a pretty bad spill in that last event. And so now it's going to be my pleasure to introduce to you John Ragsdale, who came off first in the bulldogging. You know, John, we get a lot of letters from people that say, why do they go out there and risk their necks in something that's obviously that dangerous? Why do they do this week after week? I think maybe from you we can get the answer. What did you make for that run today?
Probably a little over 100.
A little over $100, and your time was 8 seconds flat, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
That's about $12 a second, and I think, ladies and gentlemen, that's your answer as to why they do it. John, we got a lot of fine prizes for you, and I'm sure Jack will want the pleasure of giving them to you himself. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Till next week, ladies and gentlemen, that's it from Treasure Island. Next week, wherever the action is, that's where you'll find Rodeo USA.